Welcome back to the call out. When you hear that music, you know it's gonna go down. Calling out from wherever you are around the globe, whether you are listening on the go or you're listening in your living room. Either way, the call out's got your back with original MMA content. It's your boy Richie back with another radio show for today. And we're talking about Nate Diaz versus Jake Paul going down August 5th, boxing event in Dallas, Texas. This is a fight that I'm looking forward to because I'm a big Nate Diaz fan. I'm a big fan of him and Nick Diaz. I've been a fan of them since The Ultimate Fighter. Since even a little bit before that. My dad used to watch them all the time. He used to watch Nick Diaz all the time. And he would just always be on TV. And I would always watch as a kid. And I grew up, watching those guys and supporting those guys. And I even got into triathlons. And it wasn't because of them, but they definitely inspired my triathlon career, so to speak, in my early 20s. So, I'm really looking forward to seeing this because I truly believe that Nate Diaz is going to beat Jake Paul. I really feel like he's going to piece him up. If this fight is not fixed and this fight goes organically, I think Nate Diaz can knock out Jake Paul or more like a TKO. I don't think he'll sleep him, but I think it'll end up in a TKO. If not, Nate Diaz got to get the decision win because I just don't see how he loses to Jake Paul. Nate Diaz being the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu expert that he is, that's his specialty. He's still a high-level boxer. He's got some high-level boxing. He trains with Richard Perez, who is a phenomenal boxing coach, and he's been his boxing coach since day one. So Nate Diaz, he knows the footwork, he knows the head movement, he knows how to do that. He knows how to fight a boxing match. And seeing his vlogs lately, he's been really into the boxing mode, and I like that. It's not just having boxing for MMA. Now he's like transitioning into a full boxer. So I feel like he's going to have the edge over Jake Paul, honestly. Jake Paul does have power. I'll give him that. He does have power, and he's a pretty good boxer. I don't even know if I want to call him a boxer, but he can box. He knows how to box. We know that. That's obvious. He's not a scrub. He knows how to box. But I just think Nate Diaz is better. I think his footwork is better. His head movement's better. I see him putting better combinations down, head, body, hook, uppercuts. I see this fight going 9 out of 10 times. I see Nate Diaz winning. I can only see Jake Paul winning because, maybe he outlasts Diaz and goes to decision, and they end up giving it to Jake Paul because the judges are crooked or whatever. Or maybe he made it seem like he beat Nate Diaz, and then that was enough for the judges. I don't know. There's just a lot of things, little things that I think can ruin this and not make it as competitive as it should be. Because even though Jake Paul is a YouTuber or whatever you want to call him, he can still box, and if Nate Diaz can dethrone him, I think it's still a good win for Nate. Even though, look, Nate's fought the best of the best, this is not the main fight for Nate Diaz. This is not a career-defining moment for him, That was beating Conor was more of that, I think, if anything. So this is just another fight, and I say Nate Diaz goes to get it, but he cannot sleep on the power of Jake Paul. So really interested to see what goes down with this fight. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. What are your early thoughts and your early predictions? Fight's coming up August 5th, coming up soon. Guys, that music just creeped on in, so I got to creep on out of here. Thank you so much for listening to another Radiocast. And we got UFC 291 this weekend. Don't forget about it. We're going to be doing our final predictions and our recap. So make sure you stay tuned for all the content for UFC 291. And if you're liking the content, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. This is Richie signing off. As always, stay healthy, stay blessed. See you soon.